Oh god. I don't know. Why? Where am I going? What am I accepting? I need details. I can't accept or reject an offer without knowing the terms and conditions first. It's like buying an Apple product. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Raptors of all ages, welcome back to React to Raptor, where today we're revisiting an old classic. So for those of you who are new and weren't and haven't been around the Twitch much, we used to have a regular slot on Fridays called FMV Friday, where we'd take in all of the cheesy acting, all of the bad choices, all of the bridge burning, and all of the crazy that comes along with it. And we kind of played the scene, we ran out of things to play, and then this came along. This is Morph Girl, and this is based on a Japanese horror. So I have been told to expect kind of Ring and Grudge vibes from this. I don't think we've ever done an FMV horror crossover before. We did plenty of detective ones. So sit back, grab the popcorn, and get ready to watch a little movie of our own making, as we dive into the world of cheesy acting and basically terrible choices. But yeah, okay, cool, right. Let's do it. Let's see what this has to offer. They always go one of two ways, these. They're either really good or really bad. So hopefully it will be on the really good scale of things. Okie dokie, we won't be doing that. Whatever decisions I make are my decisions. We're not going back to change anything. Whatever decisions we make, we're gonna stick with, so we're not gonna save along the way so that we can go back. We're just gonna play this out as it is. And we're going to try and get the whole thing done in one session as well, which I think we should be able to do. What have you got for me? That is a very loud vibrate. Oh. Interesting start. Monday. You know, Mondays terrify me as well. I don't like Mondays either. On Monday, we had a lovely blank screen. This is the terrifying thing about Mondays. Just blackness. Is the game broken? Ah, there we go. It glitched for a second. Yes, Devil, you should. You do need to go back to streaming next week. I can't wait to see what you've got coming up. Actually, yeah. I'll turn it up. Hang on. Is that better? Okay, so far, she's been woken up by a phone. Someone rang her. No, this is a new one from this was released this year, apparently. But it does have a 90s vibe, apparently. So far, it's terribly exciting. We're watching someone wake up on a Monday. It's horrific. I can also see if you look really closely in the microwave, I can see the person filming it. Can you see that? Can you see the guy standing there with the camera? Oh, I can see what direction this might be going in. Should I be doing something? Is it waiting for me to do something? Yeah, Luke, just here. There! Did you see it? It moved. That's the guy filming. His arm got tired and he just dropped it a little bit. pick whether I wanted coffee or tea. Right, I'm having coffee. I get it. It's difficult to tell because there's no like pointer or anything. Cool, I'm having coffee and biscuits. Nice. I'm watching a cheesy movie. Oh, a gamer. I see games. Look, there's a SNES. There's a SNES down in the corner there. Are you gonna do something, love? I'll just click on all the things at this point. And I remember that song. It was actually based on, what it was, look it up. I won't say it on the stream, but what that song was based on and released for is actually quite horrific. Oh, okay, we're going out. This house, by the way, is so typically, like, UK looking. This was all filmed in the UK, I'm guessing. Yeah, that's the one. Is this the true horror of this game? Going to work on Mondays? Surely there's nothing for me to click here. No, there isn't. Is there? It gives me no direction at all. So I'm just wildly clicking around the screen at the moment. Oh, we've gone to work, we've come home. She sneakily looked up at the camera there as well. I don't know. I'm hoping she does at some point. Oh, my nan had a fireplace like that when I was younger. This kind of looks like my nan's house, actually. I think she's also got a PlayStation down there as well. You haven't put your biscuits away, love. They're gonna go all weird and soggy. Oh, I get it. So we have to watch the scene through once, and then once it starts to repeat, we can then click to move on. I think it's so we don't miss anything. Right, okay. I get it now. Well, how was your Monday? Mine was a bit dull. It's been 5 months since Rebecca was diagnosed. Breathing is becoming difficult for her. Movement is an almost Herculean task now. While the doctors say that we still have options, Rebecca is beginning to refuse further treatment. She wants to travel. Exactly, there was nothing there to miss. There was nothing there to miss. Okay. Is this lady Rebecca? She looked like she was okay, so I'm guessing this is... Oh. She wants to travel. There is no other option. Can't move but wants to travel, yeah. It's a contradiction in terms. She wants to travel the world before she dies, see all that she can. She's giving up. I don't want her to. You don't want her to travel, or you don't want her to give up? She's tired. Too tired for optimism. Too tired for treatment. She's tired of living. Is this her? Actually, it could be. We argue constantly over the continuation of a treatment. She only has months left. If she doesn't, she's getting visibly weaker with every passing day. She can barely walk, let alone travel the world. I'm glad it pointed that out. But not too tired to travel. She can barely walk, let alone travel the world. I'm glad you pointed that out, game, because it seemed like a contradiction in terms. It would kill her. Rebecca knows all this. She doesn't want to be miserable anymore. She wants the both of us to spend... Oh. She wants the... Oh, God. She wants the both of us to spend the rest of her life in some exotic country to elope from her treatment with money we do not have. With time she doesn't have. Okay. Oh, do we lie to her or tell her to get treatment? I feel like I don't have enough information to make this decision. Devil straight in treatment. I was gonna say that's what I was basing it on. Like, that's what I was thinking of basing it on. Because, like, it did say further back, didn't it, that she's not going to be able to walk, let alone travel. So I'd say that probably is the better option. The game is pushing me into this option anyway, because, look, she wants both of us to spend the rest of her life in some exotic country to elope from her treatment with... And see, they don't have the money either. They don't have the money to travel. And let's beg for treatment. I beg Rebecca to stop talking as though she's going to die. What starts as a heartfelt plea rapidly turns into me screaming and shouting at her. I tell her that we can't afford to travel, that she can hardly walk, that she's stupid for thinking we could do anything other than try to get her better. Rebecca quietly agrees. Rebecca quietly agrees to further treatment. Yeah, exactly. We didn't say scream and shout it. Can we not have a nice, quiet conversation about it? Can we not be adults about this? You know? I love that, how that's in italics as well. What starts as a heartfelt plea. Yeah, well, fuck. Yeah, Rebecca quietly agrees to further treatment. It doesn't work. Okay, right, let's... Whoa. There's no guilt here. We just tried to do the right thing. I don't think there's any blame here, right? We just wanted her to live a bit longer and not walk about travelling when she couldn't walk. There were genuine concerns there. It doesn't work. Okay. Rebecca only continues to worsen, and soon we are out of options. Rebecca can no longer walk or breathe by herself. She often cries, frequently wishing that we could be on a beach somewhere in the Caribbean. I feel guilty. Oh, you can't... Oh. Okay. When you put it like that, game. Well, fuck. Is it Tuesday now? Boy, there's a long time between days, isn't there? Okay, so this is all in one... Did all that happen in one day? Did she decline that quickly? Oh, the buzzing is your alarm. It's not someone texting you. Who sets the alarm and just has it on vibrate? Every day goes by, same as the last. Hardly. I don't know if it's guilt, loyalty, or just fear that compels me to stay put. I mean, you say you're staying put, but you're leaving the house there, love. How can I have happiness when I denied her the same? Oh my god. Oh. Oh. Way to make me feel terrible. Okay. Maybe... Okay, let's try and... Yeah, she must be the partner. Yeah, she can walk. She can walk fine, and she seems to be breathing okay. Okay. Rebecca wants me to read some of her book, an account that I never have before. I've always condemned her choice to focus on writing as opposed to pursuing legitimate employment. Her writing has always been a source of major contention between us. She wants to know what I think of it. Before that's no longer... Will you stop with this last line game? All of this sounded okay. And then you just keep stabbing at me with the last line. The last line feels very personalised. Like, she wants to know what I think of it. Before that's no longer possible. You heartless bitch, Raptor. Now you've taken all the happiness away. She just wants you to read a book, Raptor. Okay. I don't know what to say. She's desperate for me to read it despite prior altercations. This makes me feel angry and a little bit guilty. Okay. Despite everything, she still insists that her writing career is important to her. The very pursuit that has jeopardized our home, financial security, and our marriage for years. I don't want to encourage her, but it's her passion. Why do you want to encourage her now? Does it matter now? She can't walk, she can't travel. We already saw to that. Surely we can read her book for her. I say read the book. I don't see anything wrong with look, I get that it's been like a bone of contention for years, but I don't know, I kind of feel like we're past that now, right? So I think read the book. I tell Rebecca that I will read it. It's a collection of short horror stories. I finished them all in a few days. I just saw that ends with I feel guilty. Do I just feel guilty about everything I am doing here? They're good, really good. Rebecca's university grades were relatively poor, but she's always had high regard for her fiction writing. She's really talented. I feel guilty. But I've done it now! Better late than never, right? Surely better late than never. Ow. Also, I've just stubbed my toe on something down there. I got a bit excited and stubbed my toe. And that really fucking hurt. Just stubbed my toe on the leg of my desk. Yeah, I was swinging my legs about under here and I just bashed my toe on the... Yeah, I know. I moved it to... when I'm sitting here, I sit like kind of like with my legs crossed one over the other under the desk. And I just kicked my foot out to switch them over and kicked the fucking post. Okay, so we feel guilty that she's talented, but we've read it now and we've give her I presume we've given her a nice, honest opinion. So hopefully we made that better, right? I like to feel that we improved that situation. Only now that she's dying have I even bothered to read any of her work. All these years I kept Rebecca from her writing aspirations, and now she really may never reach them. When she asks if I've read it, I'm too embarrassed, ashamed to admit this to her. I tell her I've been too busy. She never asks again. Just tell her you've read it, woman! That'll make it all better. Tell her you read it, tell her you enjoyed it, you're sorry you didn't write it sooner. So many other options than, oh no, I've been too busy. That's not gonna help. She never asks again. I feel like it's not my fault burning the bridges this time. I feel like this character's burning them all for me. We've got a tradition with FMV night here that we like to burn bridges. But I'm not doing it this time. Okay, Wednesday. What horrors await me on Wednesday? What terrible thing are we going to do on Wednesday? How are we gonna upset Rebecca on Wednesday? Ah, here we go. Wednesday. Can anybody else see a tree in the background of this, by the way? It looks like there's a tree or something. I just saw a Ring or Grudge girl in the background of that as well. Okay, we're getting up. We're getting to work, I presume. I refuse to get on with my life, and yet I still expect it to change. I don't know, it looks like you're getting on with your life. You're going to work and stuff. Is that not getting on with your life? It's almost as though I were waiting for something. Okay. Clean your shower head, love. Oh. And don't bleed in the bath. I must get onto the plumber. My bath is bleeding again. It's been 2 months since the diagnosis. Rebecca is exhausted from chemotherapy, sick of both the side effects and its administration. She doesn't like her doctor or any of her nurses. She hates the hospital and is very outspoken about how much she doesn't want to be around real cancer patients. Rebecca doesn't want to feel unable. She's restless and very much in denial. This is really sad. I thought this was a horror. I didn't expect it to be sad. It's Friday night. Rebecca wants to go out with her friends. I tell her I don't think it's a good idea for her to be exerting herself so soon after therapy. I need this, she says. I'm scared that this will be too much for Rebecca. But I can't keep her from living her life. I feel like... I feel like the travel was an easier decision. Because that's like a big exertion, right? But she just wants to go out with her friends, but she can't walk or breathe. Okay. Okay, she feels she can do it. Clearly. Right. We've told her that she can't travel, which is like fair enough. Maybe we should let her see her friends. You don't want to like cut her off from everything, right? I mean, I get that she's sick. And she's saying she needs it. Maybe she does need it. Because in that... This is supposed to be a horror game. Why is this getting so deep? In this kind of scenario, I feel that sometimes people need the little things to be able to push through the bigger stuff. That's my personal opinion. You know, like, oh, she's gone out, she's seen her friends, it maybe might give her the push to get through the therapy easier. That's like my logic on that. I don't know what you guys think. That's kind of that's like where my mind's going with this. Yeah. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. I tell Rebecca to have fun. I worry all night, but refrain from call. I thought, God, I thought the beeping stopped. I thought I'd killed her. Oh my God. I worry all night, but refrain from calling. At around midnight, Rebecca comes home early. I pretend to be asleep. She's wheezing. In the morning, I ask Rebecca about her night. She says that it was a little too much for her, but she's glad she went. Thank you. Oh, that's probably like the best response we've had so far. I feel better. I feel a bit better. I know that she's wheezing and she's struggling a little bit, but she's been okay. She understood she had a limit, so she came home early. Okay, we did good here. I think. Don't give me a follow-up that tells me I did some major damage. Okay, Thursday. She's finding it hard to get up in the morning. Twitch finally caught up! Oh, what happened? I missed that. You want me to save? Okay, we'll save. Is the bath terrifying? Oh, an option. Go in or leave. I kind of want to know what's going on. So I'm thinking go in. Where's the blood coming from? Are we supposed to be clicking it? I don't think showers often bleed, love. Ugh. I'd be more concerned about, like, it's blood, it's a bodily fluid. It shouldn't be on your face. Are you just gonna leave that there? You're not gonna check the attic? Or talk to the neighbours? Oh, we don't know what day it's on. Maybe we're still on the same day. Maybe it's still Wednesday. Yeah, she's got the same top on. It must still be Wednesday. Oh, we've got a menu now. Okay. So we can do... You can't see that because it's under my little sign here. For those of you on the Twitch, anyway. We've got photos, notebook, films, or TV. Let's watch a good film as a distraction. That's good for the soul, right? I mean, we've got a fair few of them there. We've got plenty to choose from. Just pick one, love. There's lots to choose from. Oh, we're just going to look at the films. We're not going to watch a film. We're just going to go over. We're going to contemplate all the films' existence and not watch any of them. TV.
Let me die. Let me die.
The brain. I feel like TV might have been a bad choice. that wouldn't... Oh, go. Great. Thanks, TV! That is honestly the best thing that I could have watched in this situation. Not. An oldie-timey movie. Remember when movies used to do this? You'd get all the credits at the start, and then it'd just say the end and go off. That's how you know a movie's old, when it doesn't have end credits, and it has start credits. Look how few people used to work on a film now. Now it's like hundreds. There's so much to get through before the movie's even just started. Okay then, Devil! Have a... Can't pause this. Have a wonderful night! And I shall see you tomorrow. I wish you peace for the night. Enjoy the leftovers, eat takeaway. See you soon. Love you loads. Bye! Okay, next. Photos. Can we see the photos? No? I'm sure they're lovely. Oh, those are lovely photos, certainly. Right to the end there. Notebook. I don't play Minecraft. So I don't know what the music's like. Oh, we know what's in the notebook. So, what have we got? Come with us, page 1. Typical, that's the best way Jane could describe the night. The moon was out, lighting the room in a dull, familiar glow. The air was still, peaceful. It was the perfect conditions for sleeping. Many would agree with her, except the typical night had been disturbed in the most atypical way Jane could have ever imagined. Jane squirmed in the corner of her bed. She pressed herself against the headboard and the wall, hugging her knees. Most of all, she was trembling. It wasn't every night that you wake to find an expressionless child standing at the end of your bed, after all. The main question on Jane's mind was why? Why her? Why tonight? Why a child? Jane never thought of herself as particularly special. Surely this only happened to those who warranted it. The weird and wonderful, not someone like her. Normal. That was the best way Jane could describe herself. Ah, plain Jane. Her name was Jane Audrey Phillips, named after her 2 grandmothers, naturally. She had brown shoulder-length hair. It was practical. It was practical. Brown eyes, like her father. She wasn't particularly tall, neither particularly short. She did well at school. It led to a job that paid her bills. She neither liked her job nor did she dislike it. She often thought she was a happy, neutral person. She didn't think much of anything. Not that she wasn't happy. She was in a calm, contented way. She got on with things. Much like herself, the day could also be described as normal. She awoke 3 minutes before her alarm, as she usually did, ate a reluctant breakfast and headed to work. Work was average. Papers needed filing, reports needed writing, minimal conversations and a sticky R on her laptop. Returning home, leftovers for dinner, calling her mum, it was the routine she'd had for years. She went to bed and fell asleep in a timely manner. Nothing indicated anything odd should happen to her at all. And yet, there the child stood, at the end of her bed, in her room. It was a girl. It was wearing a white nightgown reminiscent of times far gone. It had long, unwavering dark hair, its face was pale and its eyes were dark. It made Jane uncomfortable to think of the strange spectre as a girl, so she didn't. The young girl wouldn't find herself in a stranger's room in the middle of the night. This was not a young girl. That was all Jane could figure out. The woman had recently tried asking for information, but it wouldn't speak. It didn't react at all. It just stared at her. There was a chill on her spine as she was desperately trying to ignore. Almost as if someone was slowly dragging an icicle up her back. She pressed herself harder against the wall. The sensation didn't cease. Finally, the child parted its pale lips. Though this was once the outcome Jane was hoping for, somehow it only terrified her more. She shrunk further into the bed. She was shivering. "Come with us." Jane sucked her breath in as the child spoke. Its voice was soft and small. It sounded like a little girl. It almost left Jane less afraid. Almost. But the eyes were so dark and the stare was so intense. Jane desperately wanted to look away or close her eyes, but she daren't. The woman was terrified. If she broke eye contact, the child would do something. She couldn't know what. The unease only grew. The child's face remained blank as it stared, though its head tilted to the side. It was almost cute, only almost. Jane suddenly realised it was waiting for a response. The woman released the breath she didn't realise she was holding. "Where?" her voice wobbled as she spoke, her lip left trembling. The child shook its head a little, its dark hair shuffling over its chest. "Come with us." I wonder if this is what her partner wrote then. And I wonder if she got inspiration from what's going on in this house. There's definitely a PS. It's a PS4, not a PS3. Okay, so that's everything here, so let's leave. Let's go to work, finally, after we've taken ages to get ready in the morning. Gonna be late for work. On I go to my mundane job where the R is sticking on my laptop keyboard. Please finish report by end of tomorrow. Maybe good to be something somewhere else, to be happier. Something somewhat somewhere else, maybe? I can't really read that because of the filter on the camera. Maybe you'd be happier writing somewhere else, I think. I think that's what it says. Okay. Oh, another day, another report. Oh lordy, there's a whole bathtub full of blood now. Oh my god. I turned my back for 2 seconds and the bathtub's just full of fucking blood. I'd be shocked too. Oh fuck! Is that what you want to come home to after a long day? Is it blood actually? It might not be. It might just be dirty. Maybe it's just dirty water. I'm not sure what that was going to say. There was text that appeared in the bottom there and it disappeared as quickly as it appeared. Whatever it was, it looked like something. Okay, can I empty the bath? That'd be the logical thing to do, yes? We're not gonna empty it, we're just gonna leave it. We'll just leave it there. It could be infected, but no. Oh, call or do not call? Who are we calling? I feel like I need more information. Who am I calling? Am I calling Rebecca? It's good to talk. Let's call. It's kind of set up like a silent black and white film, but no. Oh, she just said sorry. Did I pick a bad? Did I do a bad? I just think when something creepy's going on, it's best to call, you know? It's best to talk to someone about it and not, like, suffer on your own. Oh, we left it anyway, okay. I really thought that might lead to something a lot more productive. Oh, there's something in it. We shouldn't have left it. The ring girl is in it. I didn't even get my warning call for the 7 days call. Oh god, she's naked. I see boobies. I really hope I don't get in trouble for that. I have no control over it, Twitch, okay? Are we dead now? Did I pick a bad? Oh, we're back with Rebecca. Rebecca always insisted on living in the city. It's expensive. We can only afford a small house. It's overpriced, ugly, and the landlord is a bitch. Maybe it was the landlord I was on the phone to. Were we to live anywhere else, this place would be a fraction of the rent I pay for it. Oh. So we were paying for it together, and I'm guessing when all this happened, I picked up the tab for it. Okay. I can get us somewhere bigger. Maybe then we can afford what Rebecca needs for recovery. I want to move. Okay, I can understand why after what you've just seen there. Making sure that Rebecca gets better as fast as possible is more important to me, but Rebecca insists that we stay. She said the city is our home and that she doesn't want to leave our memories behind. It's a terrible place. We could save money. Now, if I try and convince her, is it actually going to get me anywhere? Am I going to move, or is it just going to lead to an argument? I have a feeling that if I pick convince Rebecca, it's going to just lead to an argument and we're not going to get anywhere. So I'm going to let her stay. I'm going to go on my gut here. I reluctantly let her stay. She insists she'll recover without the extra equipment. We spent the evening reminiscing about the horrible state that the house was in. Was on the day we first moved in. Rebecca did a really good job on it. She's proud. Okay, that was a good option to pick then. Rebecca is happy. I'm fucking miserable, but Rebecca's happy. We get an urgent call about test results that day. Rebecca plays our wedding music in the car as we drive to the hospital. She sings along very loudly. She's trying to be positive. She's trying to make me smile. It's not good news. Rebecca sounds kind of sweet, actually. She's dying. It's terminal. I can't smile anymore. Oh. Oh, that's sad. I wonder if the girl in the bathtub, the demon girl, is like the representation of grief or something. Or the representation of depression or something like that. I think we're on Friday, aren't we? Oh, well, the blood has gone from the bathtub. That's a good sign. Oh, but there's now noises in the other room. I want the blood back, please, if you're gonna make noises in the other room. Sure. Open the door, love! I want to know what's on the other side! But she's never gonna open the frigging door. Ah, there we go. Go in. I want to know what's in the room. For sure. You can't hear a strange noise and not investigate it. Also, this house looks a lot like 30 East Drive. Nice try. For anyone who's ever seen 30 East Drive inside, it looks a lot like that house. Which is creepy all by itself, to be honest. Why do you have a kitchen upstairs? Or is this, like, one flat? Okay, I mean, lots of things in the kitchen make noise, right? Poor girl got jump scared by a fridge. Elena, I love you. Oh. Oh, Rebecca's sweet. I hope Rebecca left that note. And it's not the crazy lady in the bathtub that loves me. Because I don't love her. I love Rebecca. Well, not me personally. Elena loves Rebecca. Oh, come on now. That's just me and Elena. Really? I know you're sad and everything, love, but come on. Oh, her report's due today, isn't it? Oh. My phones are ringing. "7 days." That's what I imagine would just happened in this call. I'm gonna paraphrase it in. Oh, we're watching it again? Okay. Ah, there we go. Creepy music's rising. Oh, it's home calling me. Okay. Answer it! Pick up the bloody phone! Okay. Answer it! Answer the damn call! Maybe Rebecca saw the note and she's fucking with her. Rebecca! You pocket dialed me! Oh, hang on. Wasn't Rebecca... Rebecca was having trouble breathing, wasn't she? Maybe she has tried to call me. Maybe that's her. Say something. Don't just sit there listening to it. Ask her if she's okay. I'm never quite sure when I'm meant to be clicking through on there. Oh! That's a bit creepy. Oh, I was getting a call from a naked lady. The naked lady rang me and said my name. If it weren't for the heavy breathing, it would almost be erotic. Oh, we're on the same day, we've just come home. I left my phone at work, though. Oh! I want to go back to work. I'd rather be at work right now. Oh god, did I kill her? Did I pick all the wrong options? Should I not have engaged with the spirit? Uh-oh. Hopefully we're gonna actually wake up on Saturday. I think it's a bit glitchy. It seems to take ages loading between scenes, and it's not the PC because it's coping with it fine. Rebecca has been hospital ridden for a week now. She's on life support. Oh, I'm in the house on my own then. She could no longer move or speak. She could barely breathe. We had to take her. She will never leave. Oh, poor Rebecca. The doctors say that she has only days left. She's going to die. Oh. Rebecca is in horrific pain. She frequently gestures to her life support. I know what she wants. Okay. It's illegal in this game. This is all clearly filmed in the UK. This is illegal in the UK. This is not like, unless the only exception being if, like, I don't know, there's a DNR in place and they go into arrest. So, like, that alone tells me no. But this is like a genuine dilemma, right? Because I get what the game's getting at. I think it wants me to ignore the fact that there's a law, but but let's take that out of the equation for a second. I have always said, personally, for me, that if there is any hope whatsoever, I want my life support left on because medicine's changing all the time, and something might come out that might one day save my life, even if it's not here today. That's like my take on it personally. But there's the flip side of this, isn't there, where, like, this is Rebecca's decision. This is what Rebecca wants. It shouldn't be about what I want. Okay. I'm gonna give Rebecca what she wants. I pull Rebecca's life support. Oh, the beeping stopped. Rebecca flatlines less than a minute later. It's what she wanted, but it isn't what I wanted. If I were to refuse, she would only spend her remaining days in agony waiting to die. But there was so much I wanted to say, so much I should have said to her. Her friends, her family, they never even got to say goodbye. I took that from them. That makes me feel terrible. I panicked and now she's gone. You killed her. I'm a murderer. Oh, lordy, now I feel terrible. Oh, did I go back to work and get my phone? Because I ran off without it.
Both creatures have a parrot-like beak as their primary offensive and defensive weapon.
Maybe the sheriff was right there. Could be a freezer or a malformed relative.
No, I'm afraid it wasn't. Well, where does that leave us, Doc? I wish I knew. You know, I was beginning to think Len was telling the truth in Walter's store.
That's it, put the light on.
Something that night. Something that had
I really hope the spirit will take pity on me because I was nice. Karma and all that, good karma. Okay, so you can't see the options because it's behind here again, but we have bills, photos, notebook, TV, and table. So let's go to the photos first. Let's get the sad bit out of the way first. I feel like if you were grieving, this is probably what you'd want to look at first and foremost. I like the fact that she's got a little bit of a smile on her face though, like she's remembering it as she was. That's probably the happiest I've seen her all game. I wasn't expecting so much depression on a Thursday afternoon. I was just expecting a random horror. Notebook. The notebook seems to be telling me what's going on. I feel like the story in the notebook is tied in to whatever the hell is going on in this house. Like maybe Rebecca's experienced it and she's written it down. Afraid, it was the only emotion Jane could put into words. The child never left. She stayed by Jane's side until the terrified woman left for work. Acting normal seemed quite the task for her. Jane returned home wishing the child would be gone. Alas, she was sat as quiet as ever at the kitchen table, turning her head to Jane as she entered the room. Jane spent the day trying to ask the child questions about her name, where she came from, who she was. The woman was met with silence each time. She gave up, continued as normal. If she ignored her, she might go away. But wherever Jane went, the child followed. Wherever Jane sat, the child sat against her. Ignorance was not an option. When night time fell, the child followed her closely throughout her routine, silent and expressionless. That is exactly what's happening to Elena. Pretty well, kind of, anyway. As Jane hesitantly climbed into bed, the child stood where she had done the night before and pointed, knitting her brow once again. Carefully, Jane offered the other side of the bed to her. Don't let her in the bed with you, woman! The child did as she wanted and lay next to the trembling woman. Jane pressed her back against the wall as the child stared from the pillow beside her own. They stared at each other for a while before the child sighed, that soft little sigh again, and closed her eyes. Jane didn't dare move her gaze for what felt like hours. Though the child didn't move, her eyes remained closed, and she was softly breathing. Jane knew the child couldn't eat, nor could it use the bathroom. There was little reason to believe the child needed sleep. Paranoid, the woman remained obstinately awake. Jane opened her eyes quickly, breathing rapidly as she realised she'd fallen asleep. The child's eyes were open, though her position had not moved. It scared Jane to wake to those dark eyes staring at her once again. The room was still dark. Jane desperately tried to regulate her breathing. That didn't look like a real word for a second. As her eyes swept the room, she let out a small shriek. Jane scrambled up to sit in the bed, pressing her back hard against the wall. There was a second child stood at the foot of her bed. They're amassing! Staring at her with the same exact dark eyes. This child appeared to be a boy. The hair was shorter, but just as dark and flat. It partly obscured his eyes. Emo child! The child was also wearing a nightgown. They appeared to be a matching set, though they didn't acknowledge each other. Only her. Jane very briefly tore her gaze away from the second child to look at the first. She was sitting too, but her gaze was fixed on Jane. Come with us, they spoke in unison. The woman sucked in a breath and she fought the urge to cry. She shook her head a little in response, and then Jane felt the first child sit closer, brushing against her arm. Ugh. Jane looked down. The girl was staring right at her, leaning her head against her shoulder. Once again, come with us. She spoke, her voice soft. Somehow it calmed her. She felt able to breathe again. That would not calm me. That would be the most terrifying thing ever. I'd be like, no, fuck off. I don't want to go with you. Where? Asked the girl. Don't engage! The child simply sighed and looked ahead, resting on her shoulder. Jane moved her gaze to the boy. He was staring at her. Where? She asked again in response. He moved to where the girl stood the night before. Jane blinked at him and looked down the bed. Do you want to get on the bed too? Oh my god, we're inviting multiple children into the bed with us. This can't be a good thing. She asked fearfully. He did so, leaning against the girl, looking ahead as she did. All Jane could do was focus on taking breaths in and out. They sat like that until morning. No, thank you. Where do I begin with the bad?
I've seen that old 4440 used up.
Okay, bills. Those are bills. Those are definitely bills. Good, I'm glad we checked that. That was really revealing. TV. What's on the TV? Something thrilling. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, lordy. Something terrifying is on the TV. I have no idea what that is. Oh, is it? It kind of looks like Day of the Triffids. Is it Day of the Triffids? I actually saw that one. I was just checking the chat as you popped it. But yeah, this looks like it might be Day of the Triffids or something. The one about the evil plants. That film terrifies Mother, by the way. Okay, that's enough of that. Next. I feel we don't need to watch that. Okay, finally, table. Oh, there's a diary? Is it my diary? Is it, Rebecca's diary? Ugh, butterflies. Entry number 1. She said no. My dreams might as well just stay in my sleep. Who gives a shit? Clearly not me. I'll just stay in hospital and be miserable for the rest of my short fucking life. What did I say no to? Oh, the travelling. I said no to the travelling. Right, okay. Entry number 2. So I tentatively asked Elena to read my stories. Well, not all of them, just the ones I wanted to publish. I won't be able to publish them now. Oh well, she's the biggest critic I have anyway. She said she would. It makes me nervous. I don't know why. When we were studying, she used to read what I wrote. But that was for school. After I graduated and decided to write full-time, she wasn't interested. Starting off, not having time or nor interest for it. I ended up shouting at me every time I mentioned it. Clearly, dying is the exception. I've always wondered what she'll say. I'll never find out. She said she was too busy. It was just 5 short stories. She could have read it in the evenings she doesn't spend with me. I know she hates seeing me like this. But she won't be seeing me at all soon enough. It'd be nice if she could just think about me. Oh, Rebecca, she's done nothing but think about you. This is interesting, seeing this from, like, both sides. Because everyone has their little... I once heard Buffy describe it as what's called an Iago. So anyone who's a Shakespeare fan will know that Iago is a character in... is it Hamlet or The Tempest? Or King Lear? No, it might be King Lear. It's a Shakespearean character anyway. And Iago is like the guy who's whispering in the king's ear and telling... It must be Hamlet. Who's whispering in the king's ear and telling him to do things. We all have these little internal Iagos that tell us the story that we think is happening, when really the story that's actually going under the surface is very different. Yeah, especially with someone who has anxiety. I mean, my brain does that to me all the time, you know? But yeah, and then this is like from Rebecca's side. So like, she's thinking that she's not thinking about her. That's her little internal niggle, but really this girl's done nothing but think about her. You know, even though she's expressed it in... She just told her she was busy because she was scared. They need to talk more. They're not really... neither of them are clearly talking about their feelings, and that's sad because now they can't. You know? Wow, that was the first night out I'd had in so long. The usual gang told me to go out with them for the first time in a while. Oh yeah, she went out with the friends next, didn't she? Since I told them I was on the treatment, really. They were a bit sympathetic and annoying at first, but once the alcohol kicked in, things went back to normal. Ah, good old drink. I haven't been drunk in so long either. It was great. I could forget all about this shit and just laugh and dance and do whatever the hell I want. I got tired and a bit wheezy. The treatment really does kick you in the balls. But I had a good time. They refused to let it bring me down, not even for a second. Elena was worried, I know she was, but I appreciate her for accepting my choice. She doesn't always do that anymore. I have done that a fair bit in this game, thank you. Okay then, Para, have a good night. See you soon, thank you, bye! I think they'll ask me to join them more often now. They were so scared of it before. I think they were terrified they would break me. But they can try all they like. Life won't get rid of me that easy. I think we definitely made the right choice there. 100%. And if you are going through treatment for something like this, I genuinely feel that giving someone a reason to go through it is important. You still need to have those little connections all over the place. It's kind of like when, you know, because that's what stays off depression, isn't it? Having all these little connections all over the place. Elena wants to move. Of course she does. She's been itching to get out of this place since we moved in. I had to reassure her yet again that this place is just a stepping stone. We'll be out of here when we can afford something better in our city. She wanted to live somewhere in the country because it was cheaper. The country is never cheaper, FYI, over here. The country is always more expensive. And we could get something better for our money. Our life is a struggle. We should embrace the challenge. I told her that too. She doesn't like to hear it, but she listened. We love this city. It's always been a part of our goals to live here back when we were at university together. So why not dive in head first? She knew I was right back then, and she knows it's right not to go back on it now. I'm glad. I love our shitty little house. I don't care it doesn't have any fancy equipment I need to recover. I'll recover fine without it. I don't want my home being turned into a hospital. That just sounds depressing. Very true. So I don't even know how to write this. I don't even know how to think it. I've just been told I'm dying. They were really nice about it, but I'm dying. How does a person even process shit like that? I feel like it's not real. I also feel winded. I don't know what to do. How do you process something like that? You know? Can't even imagine what that could be like. You murdered me. How is she writing an entry after she's dead? Is that not concerning you, Elena? If you've murdered her, how is she writing in the diary to say that you've murdered her? Is that not worrying? Dead people don't often write things down, Elena. Rose? A rose by any other name would smell just as sweet. A preserved rose. My last ex got me a preserved rose. One of those little ones that came in a box and it had a little jewel on it. It was lovely. It's nice. It'll be a nice little preserved memory of her, you know? Trinket. Oh, it's like a little, is that like a little clown? Or maybe it's, oh, is it a graduation cap? Yeah, because the thing is, yes, it's a graduation reminder. That's cool. I still proudly have my graduation photo up on the wall there. From when I graduated. Instead of a trinket, a trinket. A trinket. And the ring. This must be her wedding ring. Oh. That's extremely sad. Okay, I think that's everything, so leave. What crazy thing is going to be happening in my bathroom today? Yeah, I don't think we've come out since we last saw the crazy naked lady. Oh, don't turn the light off, love. Why would you do that? Leave the light on. I can't tell if that's my heartbeat beating in my ear. Or it's in the game. Oh! She's in my living room now! Hi! Why is part of her arm in colour and the rest of us black and white? Is there a reason for that? Do I have a choice here? Giving... Go in or knife? I'm gonna go in. I'm not convinced yet. Okay, it looks terrifying, and yes, it brings back memories of the ring and the grudge and all that. And there was blood in the bathroom and stuff, but to be fair, it hasn't attacked me. All it did when it spoke to me on the phone was call my name. Maybe brandishing a knife around will make it angry. I'm just gonna go in. Maybe it's friendly. Maybe it's Casper the friendly Japanese ghost. I have yet to see evidence of evil. Hi, are you okay? Can I help you? Are you watching anything nice on the telly? I made this mistake in The Devil in Me. Oh god. I don't know. Why? Where am I going? What am I accepting? I need details. I can't accept or reject an offer without knowing the terms and conditions first. It's like buying an Apple product. Will rejecting make it angry? So I read that story, The Come With Us. They weren't scary. I'm kind of basing this off this, by the way. I've read the story, wondering if it's something similar. Accept? That's good music, right? Ghost just wanted a hug? Good ending? Question mark? Hopefully the child isn't there to lead me into hell. It seemed friendly. Rejecting it would be rude, right? Right? Sunday. You slept with it in your bed? I mean, okay, if that makes you happy. Personally, it would make me terrified. But she seems happy. This is the happiest she's been all game. Have we actually got a good ending to an FMV game? That never happens the first time round, ever. I don't think that's ever happened. I don't think we've ever done that. I'm getting good at this FMV game shit now. Okay, cool. Kettle's boiled. Coffee. Get that coffee down, yeah. Maybe she just feels better because she isn't alone and she was worried about being alone. I can get that. Oh, good. All it took for me to feel better was a creepy child. Because everyone needs one of them in their life. Also, why am I going to work on a Sunday? This sucks. Who works in an office job on a Sunday? It's the Sabbath. Should be having a day off. Also, my wife's just passed away. Should I not have compassionate leave? Stop overanalyzing, Raptor. I overanalyze everything, absolutely everything when I play games. Oh, well, that's good. The creepy girl did my washing up. That's handy. I've also gained a skivvy. Is it Rebecca? Is it Rebecca? Because Rebecca wrote that story. It came from her head. She knew... I wonder if she was trying to see if she read the story. And she was playing the story out. I like to think that's what happened here. Quite possibly. Uh-oh. Oh no. Creepy child may be happy but also may be sick. Oh. Oh, the rest of the story. Abnormal. Perhaps this was. Jane realised people could probably see her. They were out in the open field that were at the back of the house. They walked in a line. The children in front, herself following, holding out her raw hands. They led her through the field. She didn't know how long they had been walking for. Whenever she faltered or hesitated, without looking, they knew. Come with us, they would encourage her, so she continued. Until they came to the lake. She stopped in her tracks. No, I'm not. I can't. They all stood in a line and turned to her. They faced her with blank expressions. They didn't speak as she expected them to. They waited. Jane's gaze darted between them and her burned hands. The pain was making her restless. She shifted her weight from leg to leg, rocking from side to side. They waited. I can't come with you. She spoke quickly. They walked towards her. Jane felt her heart quicken. The little boy took her hand, as did the girl. The other boy took hold of her dress. They looked at her. The touch of their icy hands felt good against her burning skin. The three of them blinked at her expectingly, though they didn't speak. She took one step forwards. They all stepped with her. She inhaled and took another step. Slowly they made their way to the edge of the water. In there? She spoke softly. Jane could feel herself shaking again. If kiddies ever tried to lead me into a lake, I think my answer would be no. Come with us, they responded, stepping ahead of her into the water. Jane trailed her fingers along the surface of the water just as the children disappeared from view. She smiled. She followed. It was shallow at first. She stepped down a little deeper. The water was soft and soothing on her burning skin. It was cool, but not comfortable. It felt nice. Jane found herself welcoming it. Atypical. Finding yourself following three identical-looking expressionless children who showed up in the middle of the night into a lake was odd. I'd say that's definitely odd, by anyone's standards. Especially Jane's. She expected no one would believe her. Not that anyone would know. Jane had lived a life by the book, following all the rules. Such abnormality happening to the most normal person she knew. Jane trailed her fingers along the surface of the water just as the children disappeared from view. She smiled. So because I've decided to change and kind of accept it. But the fact that she's ill at the end makes me wonder, like, is she happy because she knows that she's joining her wife at some point? Like, she wanted to follow her? Oh, it's not the end. Okay. Whoa, lordy. Oh. This is one of 6 ends to Elena's story. Your choices incur real consequences, significantly altering your conclusion to Morph Girl. Will you find them all? I won't be doing the rest of them. My choices are my choices. We will leave it there. That is the ending that we got. I feel like we got a good ending out of that. That was good. It was interesting. There wasn't as much to it as I was expecting. So this was kind of pitched to me as like a horror FMV, right? So I was expecting more horror, less depression. It was an interesting concept to explore, don't get me wrong. It just really wasn't what I was expecting. So for the FMVs, you always have to look at the acting. I did read the reviews on this game before playing it because I like to see what I'm walking into with the acting. Do you know what? It actually wasn't that bad. There was a lot of the reviews said that her acting wasn't that good. I actually think she did pretty well, because bear in mind, I think what a lot of people might have been missing who wrote these reviews is this is someone who's going through the grieving process, which when you know someone is coming down with something like that, your grieving process for it starts a lot earlier. And she was very clearly depressed as well. This is kind of what depression looks like. The same thing every day, day in, day out, stuck on autopilot. And that is, well, I mean, depression looks like many different things, I guess. It doesn't just look like one thing. There is no one picture of depression, but this can be one of them. I think she played that really well. Personally, she had there was some good, like, facial expression. The only thing that I noticed that was particularly bad about it was that I could see the cameraman reflected in the micro. It was really bugging me, and it took me out the moment a little bit. You can just see the cameraman, like, move down a little bit. For those of you watching on the YouTube, I would have done a zoom in so that you can see it a bit better. But yeah, that's the only thing, really. As for the game itself, the one thing I found annoying was that stuff kept repeating, and I had to, like, click through it, and the fact that I don't know why the loading times were so long between the days. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that to build attention, or whether it's got something to do with the game bugging out. But, you know, if this would have been pitched to me as a game about loss and about grieving, I would have been like, yeah, cool, 5 stars, right, fantastic. As a horror game, though, not very horrifying. I mean, look, don't get me wrong, this whole concept is horrifying in itself, right, but it's a different kind of horrifying, if you know what I'm saying. I think it made you make some very interesting choices there. One of them was kind of cliched. It was the do I or don't I turn off the life support. I feel like that is a lot more loaded than the game made it appear, because we took out the equation of the fact that it's illegal in this country and you would have been arrested for it. There's some serious consequences for it in this country as well. It does go down as manslaughter, which comes with a very long sentence attached to it. That element was completely lifted out of it. I get what they've done. They've simplified the process so that you can just go, because obviously if you're going to get in trouble for it, everyone's going to pick don't do it, aren't they? But so I get what they've done. Hi Aaron, welcome in. You've just missed, we're just wrapping up. You've just missed the game, unfortunately. But hi, welcome in. Yeah, so that in its it was in a spiritual night. Yeah, it was a weird one, this was. It was actually pitched as a horror game, but it was about a girl whose partner was dying of cancer, so we had to make some interesting decisions around that. It was an FMV one. We haven't done an FMV in ages. Remember the old FMV nights we used to have? When it was supposed to be like a horror game, and it just ended up being really sad. But yeah. So yeah, that's the, I mean, so some of those choices as well were very loaded in terms of, you gave me a choice and you didn't give me, this is where some of these choice games go wrong, right? They give you choices that you have to decide in the moment, but then they don't give you a full barrel of information as to what you're picking. How can I possibly know what I'm picking if you're not gonna give me more information? This is a bit of a gripe of mine with choice-based games. I feel like I should, unless you want to have the odd choice here or there where the character's doing it off impulse, and you kind of want that feeling reflected instead of doing it with just like every single choice, because when I'm going down that rabbit hole and I'm not knowing what choices lead to what, you know, I get you want me to find the other endings and stuff like that. You're trying to give me replayability. I get it. But I don't know, I feel like I should have more information going into some of these choices, you know? We got the good ending, though. We actually got a good ending on an FMV night, Aaron. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? First time good ending. I don't think that's ever happened, ever, on this channel. For an FMV game. Completely unheard of. We didn't burn any bridges, we just went straight for the good ending. Smooth sailing. So yeah, it was interesting to play. I would urge you to go out and play it for yourself. It is quite cheap on Steam. It's called Morph Girl. yeah, so like I said, not really much of a horror element. As a horror game, it was a letdown. But as an experience in general, I think it was really good. Yeah, Morph Girl. Not very horror-y, but some of the decisions in it are interesting. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say, but yeah. And some of them left me genuinely torn about which one to pick as well. Genuinely. Like I was sat here for some time trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I like how it ties in with the story as well of what her girlfriend was writing. That was cool, so you kind of have that in the back of your mind whilst you're playing this. It did kind of make it feel a little bit obvious what the right choice was at the end, though, if you'd picked up on that. I feel like if you would have wove that in a bit more subtly, and maybe brought it up in the conversation between the two, you know, it did have a lovely... It was kind of a sweet ending, though, even though it was kind of scary at the same time. But yeah, go out and try it for yourselves, see what you think, see if you get a different ending. This is the ending that we've got, so we are going to leave it here. I'm not going to do any more for the channel, I'm not going to do any more for the YouTube either. Our choices are our choices, and that is where we will leave this. If, for the people who are on the YouTube, this was recorded live on Twitch with the Raptr fam in tow. They were also helping me make decisions with some of this as well. So we always end up, when we play these choice-based games, we always kind of end up playing them together as a community. If that's something that you want to be a part of and you want to influence some of these decisions, maybe you're sat there screaming at your screen going, Raptr, why the hell did you do that? Well, now you can come and tell me in real life, because there's a link in the description down below if you want to join me on Twitch and come and be part of the Raptr fam. We're a lovely little family over there. We would be very happy to have you. If this was your kind of jam, these choice-based games, I do a lot of them. The last one that I did was Lost Records, Bloom and Rage. The entire playthrough of that is on my channel for you to enjoy. Currently, that was one of the best playthroughs I think that I've ever done on this channel, so it had a very, very emotional ending. I was in tears at the end. It's definitely worth a watch. There's going to be links to that on your screen around if you want to go and watch that for the people on the YouTube. However, that is me done for this one. Please like if you like the video, subscribe, ring that bell. We've got more choice-based things to come. The next FMV that we're going to do, probably in a few weeks' time, is going to be Dead Reset. That's a new one from Wales Interactive. Wales Interactive are the gods of the FMV world, so I am very, very expectant of a good experience with this one. It is. It's the best family. The absolute best family. They're all saying it over here. Come and join us. Come and join us. So yeah, but that is it for me on this one, folks. I'm going to be back in the next one, and why am I going to be back? Because gamers never die, they just evolve. See you next time, guys.